Hi, we are thrilled to be able to present to you on Sears Holding Company. Sears Holding Company has been suffering profitability issues, but we believe that we have a way for it to turn itself around. We believe that Sears can increase profitability by doing three things. The first is by rebranding its Sears stores to offer high quality, techy items in a modern feel kind of store. The second is to reposition Kmart as a lower market offering, as more of a discount store for old Sears inventory and for other companies' inventory. The third is that we believe we should sell off the bottom 19% of the worst performing Kmart stores. This will provide the needed capital to fund our rebranding effort. And here we have kind of our logic tree of how we're attacking this problem, breaking down Sears and Kmart.
So just like Spencer was talking about, we have three things that we're going to be focusing in on. And as part of that, we've made three assumptions that must be proven true in order to fully reap the benefit of our strategy. So the first one is by rebranding Sears to high service, high quality experience and tech experience, that we can generate new and increased recurring customer visits. The second is by repositioning Kmart as a factory outlet for sales and liquidation companies, we can increase the demand for our products. And third, that by selling off the bottom performing 19% of Kmart stores, we will be able to generate enough funds in order to pay for the remodeling and the renovations, as well as it will have a negligible impact on our overall profits. Now, we're going to start in here about rebranding Sears to be more of a high quality experience. Back in the day, Sears was this. It was very high-end. People loved to go to Sears. They had a great inventory that was constantly refreshed, and that's gone away. And so we want to go back to our roots and focus in on that. And we're going to do that by, for example, sending our old merchandise to rebranded Kmart. So we always keep a high quality, high trendy content in our stores. The second is that we want to raise prices and move upstream and provide coupons. Third is that we want to emphasize and strengthen our overall customer experience through tracking and moderating our net promoter score. And lastly, we want to adjust our product mix. So again, emphasize higher end products, and that particularly in the appliance and tech industry that we have. So with that in mind, I want to bring your attention over here to our graph. So while we were doing our research, we benchmarked against JCPenney's. Now JCPenney's pre-2013, they were on a downward track, sort of where we're at right now, where they were losing profitability, losing revenue, and then they had a pivot point here in 2013 and 2014. And what you see happened is that in 2013, JCPenney decided to raise their prices and start implementing coupons. And that's what led to higher profitability, gross profit, as well as it started to increase their revenue. And so this is the reason why we're going to be implementing that same strategy in our Sears stores, again, so that we can start gaining a higher profitability and start to see a turnaround in our overall revenue.
So while Sears is going up market, we want to position Kmart in a way that we are targeting a lower market. So we'll be doing this by taking the old inventory from Sears and putting it in our Kmarts. This is a win-win for us because Sears can get rid of its older inventory, keep a fresh look in their stores, and Kmart gets high-quality products at a discounted price, kind of like a Nordstrom rack sort of deal.
Great. And so I'm now going to talk about how we're going to get rid of these 90% of Kmart stores. And thinking about 19%, it might sound like an arbitrary number, but the idea is if we get rid of 19% of the Kmart stores, that is 367 Kmarts, which would put us at an equal number of Kmarts as Sears in our company. If we want to have, and we want to have for every Sears, one Kmart for an outlet. We did some research based off the 10K statements of Sears, and we found out that over the past few years, based off the numbers that they have for the number of stores they got rid of and the amount of revenue they've generated off the sales of assets, we came up with a number that by selling these 367 stores, we were able to generate $330 million in cash. This $300 million might seem low for selling 367 stores, but that's due to the fact that many of the Kmarts are not owned by Sears or Kmart. They are actually leased at this time. So we were able to generate this money, roughly this amount of revenue, and use this money then to power the rebranding of Sears and Kmart all together. This is a much needed cash source that we'll be able to use. And then also by getting rid of these stores, we're going to get rid of them for two reasons. We are either going to get rid of stores based on the fact that they have low profitability, the lowest profitable stores, or based on their location in comparison to Sears. If we're able to locate our Kmarts closer to Sears, we'll have lower transportation costs moving the products from Sears to Kmart and generate higher profits in that way. And then we'll also be able to generate higher economies of scale. Right now, it seems that Kmart and Sears is way too broad in the market. They sell way too many products, and their transportation types are different from transporting food to large electronics to big hardware products. If we're able to specialize in electronics and those goods only, we'll be able to lower our transportation costs and overall operating costs and increase our economies of scale in that way, generating high profits again. So looking back, what we need to do is rebrand Sears as a upper end high-tech store. We'll then rebrand Kmart as an outlet for these products that we're unable to sell in Sears, and then we're also going to get rid of a lot of Kmarts so that we can generate revenues, cash for the rebranding process. And then looking forward, what we need to do is a lot of market research. We need to find out exactly what it's going to take to rebrand Sears and Kmart to appeal to our existing customers and also our potential new customers. We need to do a lot of market research to find out how much it's going to cost overall to just not only rebrand, but then get rid of these stores that we have, find out data on each of these specific Kmart stores that we're looking to get rid of. And then the last thing we want to do is we're going to look at the predicted success of these stores. And we need to find out what the future predicted profits are, and then go forward. Any questions?